promise that this one will be a big hit. Hey, even Spider-Man loves this show. We will never split the difference because, as always, Joe and I give it our all. Let's dive in. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. As this season winds down, a little shorter show tonight.
Yeah, there are a couple of teams, obviously. We talked about the end of their season last week, and so now things are getting shorter, and now everybody in the playoffs after this week could be looking at maybe only a couple more shows left in the fall season.
Do you know what you get to do very soon? Write a review show.
That is very true. We have a review show not too far off, but for now, we've got some teams with a fighting chance that really want to make something happen in the postseason. The football team top amongst them. They will open the playoffs at home this week, despite the fact they lost 5 straight games to end the regular season. Cardinals on the road last Wednesday, facing division rival Hopkins on short rest. The two teams had identical records, and there were a lot of division and playoff implications. But most importantly, both were fighting to finish with a winning feeling and a .500 record. Cardinal Nation trying to invade the Royal Stadium. This game was dominated by defense. Royals start the scoring early in the second quarter. Jaden Washington getting just enough for the 3-yard score. Hopkins is on the board. They strike again just before the half. James Klecker going over the top to find Brayon Murph in the back of the end zone. Home team has a 14-0 edge at the break. Defense coming up big for the Cardinals early in the third quarter. Klecker pressured, puts too much air under the pass. Easy pick for Marshall Holland on the back end. Coon Rapids finally gets on the board midway through the third quarter. Jake Van Holzen finds Jordan Nolan in the seam. Great catch right at the goal line. 16-yard touchdown cuts the Royals lead in half. But Hopkins able to answer on their next possession. Washington breaks free off the right side. He had 117 yards in the game, 43 on this run. It was the biggest offensive play of the game. 2 plays later, it's Washington again, this time on the draw. He'll get to the end zone for the second time. He pays for it with a big hit at the goal line, but Hopkins up 21-7. Cardinals trying to drive late in the game, needing 2 scores. Clear face mask is missed. Instead of a first down, it's a 3rd and long. The Cardinals offense struggled all game. Jake Van Holzen was under attack. He was sacked 11 times in the contest. They fall short for the 5th straight week, 21-7, the final score.
It was a rough night for the Cardinals, really on both sides of the ball, but especially on the offensive end. You know, getting sacked 11 times, that's, I know, something that can never happen again, obviously, for Coon Rapids. And really, it played out perfectly for Hopkins. They went in with that 14-7 lead, got the ball back to start the second half, and they scored again, opening up to a 2-score lead. And it was really difficult for Coon Rapids, especially under the pressure that they were under, to get back into this game.
Yeah, and it took them out of their game plan. A big part of Hopkins' approach was to try and limit number 6. Well, they were in a passing situation much of the night because they were in those 2nd and 3rd and longs.
Tough one, but they've got to right the ship starting this week.
Well, it's do or die now. The Cardinals did get the number 3 seed, so they will host Chisago Lakes in the first round of the playoffs. Duluth East will welcome Andover. And the number 1 seed goes to St. Francis. Cambridge Isani, the number 2 seed.
Yeah, an opportunity with the Cardinals playing the 6th seed in their first round to get back on that winning track. But again, they've got to clear some stuff up, and hopefully they're, as healthy as they can be coming into this game because they didn't have a lot of time to rest.
Yeah, the volleyball team's going to start their playoffs this week as well. Had a couple of contests last week. On Monday, they lost to Minneapolis South by a 3-1 score. 19-25, 21-25, 25-14, and 20-24. Becca Mastiller leading the way with 8 kills, had 3 aces and a block. Alex Wright had 26 digs, not kills. That's my bad.
That'd be pretty impressive. 26 kills.
That would be
26 digs is very impressive.
Yeah. Well, and I thought it was interesting that Nesseth and Galicia, one had 19 assists and 10 digs. The other one had 19 digs and 10 assists.
Always good to get that opportunity. Well, the volleyball team will also start the section play on Tuesday, and like the football team, they go in on a long losing streak. The Cardinals' final tune-up before the postseason, hosting the Park Center Pirates last Tuesday. Coon Rapids hoping to avenge the 4-set loss from the previous week and hoping to end their skid before they get to the playoffs. Senior night at Roger E. Carlson, 8 girls playing the final home game of their high school career. Cardinals playing from behind early in the first set. Good setup on this point. Becca Masteller attacking from the left side. Well, while they were able to keep it close until the very end, they could never get the lead. Pirates firing from both sides to get this point. They're going to take the first set by a score of 25-17. We move to the second set. And that second set followed a nearly identical script. The Cardinals trailed 8-1 early, but came back to make it interesting. Emma Wright with a great kill down the line right there. But Park Center had too many weapons, and Coon Rapids can't keep pace down the stretch. Quick turn and attack through the block to help secure a 25-19 victory in the second. Well, do or die for the third for the Cardinals. Big defensive play early on Becca Masteller with the block. Olivia Weiss there as well. But they never lead. The Cardinals able to get it tied late. The Park Center completes the sweep with a 26-24 victory in the third set. And it was a disappointing loss, I think, for the volleyball program, Joe, and an opportunity they felt that with Park Center coming in, they had, especially with home court, had that opportunity to get the win. Unfortunately, they could not.
Well, and they had lost in 4 sets to Park Center at Park Center just a week previously, and all 4 of those sets were very close. They figured they would be very close again, which they were, but hoping to be on the right side of it. So now it's been, I think, 9 straight losses for the Cardinals going into the playoffs. It's hard to do that and not have that positive feeling and that taste of victory before getting into the postseason. They will start their postseason play on the road against Buffalo in the first round on Tuesday. The winner moves on to face number 2, Wayzata. Up above them, it's number 6, Maple Grove, getting Robbinsdale Cooper. Osseo, the number 3 seed. Obviously, this is just the lower half of the 12-team 5 AAA volleyball bracket. But, the Cardinals, anything can happen at this point. But would like to have a really nice showing in Buffalo. Wayzata, they saw them at the beginning of the season. Really, really good.
They're really good. They're really good. And you touched on it, Joe. They would have loved to have come into this game with a win coming off their belt, and losers of 9 straight, an opportunity for them to see if they can get that win. But it's a tough situation because it's a do or die situation for this team. And they're on the road.
Well, the swimming and diving team has a couple of weeks off now to prepare for their section championships. Last week, they hosted a tri-meet for the conference tournament. Osseo and Park Center visiting Northdale on Tuesday night to determine the places of 11 through 13 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Cardinals have had a grueling couple of weeks of competition, but they made sure to bring their best on this night. Coon Rapids was clearly dominant from the word go in this triangular, and they set the pace immediately in the 200 medley relay. The youth movement, 8th graders, starting and finishing with a freshman and sophomore in the middle. Laura McCarr, Megan Schultz, Ella Hacker, and Michaela DeSouza able to get the win in 2 minutes, 0.85 seconds. Cardinals swept all 3 relays. Cardinals had 9 first-place finishes in the 12 events. This is Ella Hacker winning the 200 individual medley. Fellow freshman Emma Schmidt finished second in the IM. Hacker also won the 100 backstroke. 3 girls had multiple first-place finishes. No surprise that Megan Schultz is one of them. The sophomore star won the 100 fly in 58.19 seconds. She won the 100 breaststroke as well. I believe all 3 of the girls who got 2 individual blue ribbons were also on 2 blue ribbon winning relay teams. The last is junior Tamala King. She won the 200 freestyle early on, then proved her staying power in the 500. She cruises to the win there in 5 minutes, 49.93 seconds. Cardinals score a 146. Osseo next with a 119, and Park Center finishes with 61 points.
Oh yeah, what a great opportunity for the Cardinals just to really dominate in this and something that they haven't been able to do so far this season. And it's nice for them to come out on top in this triangular. And we didn't hear from Doug Donaldson this week. At least I didn't get anything from Doug Donaldson.
I did get an email today after reaching out to him, and he was helping with another tournament as well. So a lot of stuff going on, but now they've got a little time off. And this is when they taper and just come out flying at the best. And it'll be interesting to see what those top 3 or 4 swimmers on that roster can do at sections.
Yeah, and it's such an exciting youth movement in this program that, such good competition and these young athletes competing and doing so well. And I see where I rank Donaldson, so you'll be hearing from me.
Well, the 7AA championships are on the 8th through the 10th of November. Cross country team also had the week off. They did get in a run over the past week, and it was so gorgeous out. You kind of had to get out and enjoy the nicer weather, especially for a team like the cross country team that's been running in rain and mud for the previous couple of weeks. So this was it was a 3K with the ABC schools just to get a good workout in, work on a little bit of technique. Be out there against some of your close teams that you will also see at sections. And then they've got sections coming up right away the end of this week. 5AA section championships are on Thursday at Anoka High School. And then state championships will be held on Saturday the 3rd over at St. Olaf.
Yeah, look at the beautiful weather, though, that they had to run in. And it must have felt great. And again, a good opportunity, as you talked about, the weather leading up typically until now hasn't been great. And I was involved in a 3K once. 3 boxes of Kellogg's cereal. They were very good. They were very, very good.
Well, we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up as well. We've got playoff football as much as we can bring you, but certainly coming up on Tuesday against Chisago Lakes. Can't see it live due to MSHSL rules.
Get there.
But we will have that for you at midnight on Tuesday the 23rd. If the Cardinal volleyball team able to win on Tuesday, we will be at Wyzetta on Thursday, and we will rebroadcast that one for you at midnight. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.